The Korban. This one is subtle, and it might be the most devastating of all. In Mark 7:11, Jesus exposes a practice called Korban. Here's how it worked. A Pharisee could take money or resources and declare them dedicated to God. Once that declaration was made, that money was untouchable, holy, set apart. And here's the loophole. That same declaration legally excused them from helping their aging parents, even though God had clearly commanded, honor your father and mother, Exodus 20:12. On the surface, it looked spiritual, sounded sacrificial, and even quoted God. But Jesus doesn't admire it, he confronts it. In Mark 7:13, he says, "Thus you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down." That's strong language, because what was really happening wasn't devotion, it was avoidance. God's name was being used to justify disobedience to God himself. The modern version often shows up in ministry, and it usually wears good intentions. It's the workaholic pastor or volunteer who is always on mission, but never emotionally present at home. It's the spouse who hears, "I'm doing this for the Lord," while feeling increasingly alone. It's the parent whose children get leftovers, because ministry always comes first. And slowly, being busy for God replaces being obedient to God. Paul speaks directly into this in 1 Timothy 5:8. Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith. That verse doesn't come from a place of condemnation. It comes from clarity. God never asked anyone to sacrifice their family. On the altar of religious activity, Jesus never praised people for neglecting love in the name of calling. In fact, he consistently pointed back to faithfulness in the unseen places. Here's the quiet warning of Korban. You can dedicate something to God and still use it to avoid what God actually asked of you. And when that happens, ministry stops being worship and starts becoming a shield, which is why the next habit Jesus exposes goes even deeper. Because once faith becomes an excuse, it's only a matter of time before authority replaces accountability.